Prove it, that all the stuff you guys are learning and we're talking about and we're drilling into you on the food safety, and yeah, we've got confidence, so prove it, because I don't believe it if I was the customer, because you're talking, you're a salesperson, right? So, first and foremost, football fans, anyone? Football fans, let's go deeper. Seattle Seahawks fans. All right, stand up if you're a Seattle Seahawks fan. You can't. Just sit down. You guys, Seattle Seahawks fan? All right, stand up. You coming up here. All right, New England Patriots fans. Woo! New England Patriots fans. Come on, I saw some of you in the house. I need one New England Patriot fan. No? One. Just one. I know they're here today. I've seen logos. Come on. There you go. Come on. New England Patriots fan?
No, I'm a Tom Brady fan.
Okay, Tom Brady fan. Close enough. Come on up. All right, we're going to perform a cutting today, and then we're going to do two things. We're going to perform a cutting to show our MFC iceberg lettuce versus a Packer brand iceberg lettuce. We're going to perform that cutting. And we're also going to do more of the value add side. So we're going to look at whole commodity 50-pound yellow jumbo onions, and we're going to cut that against moving customers to a value added, meaning a ready, set, serve, further processed whole peeled onion. So we'll start with iceberg lettuce. So the Seattle Seahawks fan will do the lesser grade item of the two, and the New England Patriots guy will handle our Marcon first crop. Okay, do you guys know where I'm getting with this? Yes? Okay, good. All right. So first, come on over here. We're going to choose one of these threes. We've got a iceberg from Man's Packing. We've got one from Queen Victoria and Andy Boy. Which one? You choose. Choose one of the three.
Andy Boy.
Andy Boy. Okay, Andy Boy it is next. The one on the bottom. Good job. All right. First step to a cutting is we want to weigh the case as is. Now, everyone probably saw, if you were with John and Erica and the folks, one of these. Case scale. Inspectors have them. Not every restaurant's going to have them, and some of your sales specialists may have these, but if they don't, not a problem. You can use the digital scale that some of the restaurants might have, but 50-pound cases and above are kind of tough. Don't put it on the springy scale, because that'll shatter that thing. It'll crush it like a flat. So we're going to have you weigh this. Joe's going to assist you on it, and we're going to find out bulk weight. So we always want to start case weight to find out as it comes in the door. I'll tell you, best practice on doing a cutting, don't bring in the case yourself. Ship it to the customer. Ship it there. Have them hold it. Sell them a case of Packer brand, or go to Cisco and go get their box. It doesn't matter. But bring both on the truck, because they will always challenge you to say, you just picked the heaviest box out of the whole case. Okay, I get it. Okay, I see where you're going. Ship it. Ship it in. Okay, so let's do this. Let's weigh this first and foremost. When you weigh this, you want to hit it on the seam of the box. There's one glue seam, and if you don't, the whole thing will come apart. So fingers crossed that this doesn't happen today. Okay, lift it up. Let's see what it says. Can you see that? Can you see that?
Yeah, it's 44.
44 pounds, and it's floating right between 44. You picked Andy Boy, right? Okay, good job. All right, Andy Boy lettuce, 44 pounds. We're going to weigh our Marcon first crop lettuce now. Come on. Tom Brady is going to weigh. Yeah, it's so heavy, right? Grab the scale. You want to put it on the ground? There you go. So again, I always weigh the competitors first. I just want to throw that out there because it's like, ooh, shock and awe. What's going to happen here? So again, we just pulled these samples. No surprises. Lift it up. What do we have? What can you see that? 49? Let's say 49. 44 pounds, Andy Boy, 49.5 for Marcon first crop. Right out of the gate, we've got a little bit of higher yield, higher weight, right? Now let's just say the price spread is $5. You want to say $5? $5. Wow. Okay, $5. $5.
We just went up.
Yeah, $5. All right, grab your Andy Boy case and throw it up on the table. And what we're going to do now is we're going to open the boxes up, and we're going to show just product integrity right out of the gate. So, again, when you do a cutting, don't do it yourself. Have the staff do it. Have them do it. Bring in their best guy. Ask the chef, who's your best dude, preps lettuce? Who is that person? Bring that person. Don't bring the slowest guy. You want to really kind of challenge them. Go ahead, guys. Open them up.
this for time.
No, not for time. All right, let's open them up. Let's look at them. I haven't even opened these yet. And we'll look at the difference between the two of them right on the surface of what these look like. Go ahead and hold that up for the crowd. Mark-On First Crop. We got a couple pieces here. We'll just put that on the side. What does it look like? What do you guys think? Can you guys see it? Looks good? Yeah. A little bit more outer leaves, a little darker color right at the surface. So what's going to happen to this product on the outer leaf? What typically do people do? They chuck it, right? So that's going to be yield waste. We want to hold on to that. You don't want to throw that away, okay? So again, when I do a cutting, I stand there and watch, and I let the guys just kind of, whoa, don't throw anything in the garbage. Let's pull all this aside. All right, you can put those down. All right, pull out a head of lettuce. Let's take a look at these. All right, initial, what I do is I have the guys hold it, feel it. Go ahead, just get intimate with that bad boy. Just both feel pretty dense to me. Right? To you too? Yeah. Pretty dense. Okay? Both on the outside look pretty good. Okay, now what I try to do is I try to determine exactly the level that the customer wants it in terms of like ratio, darker green to lighter, okay? So if it's a lighter wrapper, then they may not peel off enough. So typically what you'll find is all the outer wrappers, and the wrapper is the thing that protects the head, right? So they leave a little bit of an extra on there. But what happens is, that is just going to fall off, so that just goes to the garbage can, typically, right? It's just natural for them to do that. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead, and you guys, I want you to, and we'll do this kind of quickly, take 3 heads out of each of your cases, random 3 heads, put them on the cutting boards, and get them ready to prep. Choose 3, whatever. Come on, you guys are on the clock. Let's go. All right, 3 heads. Now, again, Tom Brady's going to take his 3 heads, and we're going to get them ready to prep. And what I want... Squeeze the air out of the lettuce. Okay. I'm a Brady fan, too. I'm making fun of my own guy. Okay, let's do this. Now get them ready to prep. Don't throw the wrappers away. You tell me if you're ready to go. And be really true with yourself. If you won't eat it, put it to the side. If you wouldn't eat it yourself, put it to the side. And again, I think in the restaurants they believe that iceberg lettuce is free, right? I mean, typically people don't think produce costs any money. So we're going to take these 3 heads. These are ready to go. I typically will put some of the weight on the scale. Oh, that's okay. Let's tear this out real quick. Okay, let's just get a quick weight. It's 1.25 pounds. No, I'm sorry, it's 1/4 pound. So fun. Yay, scale! That's a good scale. Bring that scale when you guys go. It's like, oh, chef, I don't know. It's like 4 pounds of waste. What's up? What's going on? All right. So this is the waste level. You guys can all see. Let's see on the Mark-On side. How many pieces did you pull out of there? Go Les. Just kidding. About that. That's good. No, that's good. All right. Here's a knife for each of you. Go ahead and cut those open. Let's look at the inside integrity. And you guys see this in the field, right? Everyone went to Iceberg yesterday? Yeah. Beautiful in the field. Super heavy, super dense. I mean, right now, industry weights are good. Every time during the season, you might see some really close comparisons on Packer versus Mark-On. But still, when you want to look at the true differences, you're going to look at some of the things like the cedar. Anyone know cedar? Talk about cedar? Cedar is this. It's the little core item. People call it core. Industry calls it cedar. Different times of the year, that cedar is going to come and shoot up into the head of the iceberg. Why is that not good? It's heavy. And it weighs a lot. And it's tasteless. You don't want that in your salad. So you want to make sure that operators are cutting that out. If you have a low cedar, which this one looks like it has a low cedar, that's good. Mark-On, show up your product. Okay? So pretty much the same 6s. I think the thing to now look at is you want to start analyzing just overall quality, overall density out of 3 heads. And then without going through a lot of time, we would then cut this product up, shred it, dice it, chop it, and then weigh it. And then weigh end product. I do 3 heads so that you can multiply it and go kind of quickly, but then you can get kind of a yield test as far as how much weight you got out of this, because you're going to trim your cedar piece off, and that's going to be waste, and you're going to do the same thing on the Marcon side too. No. You're fine. So again, we won't go through all the weight and chopping it up. I will tell you though, every time we've done a cutting against the Marcon First Crop and Packer, you'll always find a good spread. Every time you do at least 3 or 4 heads, you're always going to be in the 1/2 pound to 2 pound ratio higher in just density and bulk product, which in my opinion always makes you feel good because you multiply that out by the whole case. Even though the case weights are only a 5 pound variance, it still doesn't translate until you start cutting it into the lettuces. All right? Any questions on iceberg? Again, romaine. This is classic to do with romaine. Iceberg's just really easy, and it's a good commodity to do. But when you start looking at doing cuttings, there's 3 strategic cuttings to do. Comparing Packer, cheap product, to Marcon First Crop, Mercedes-Benz. And then looking at those 2, the other cutting is to do what we're going to do next is whole commodity, onions, broccoli, what have you, to a value add, a ready, set, serve item that's ready to go. And we'll talk about the labor piece. And then the third and foremost one is one that Chris Casson did on video, which I thought was really interesting, is to really look at more products that have just more diversity, right? Like a long top green onion was a very good example. How do you switch from a green onion to a green onion? Just makes sense, right? It's like, the green onions are cheap. How much yield do you get out of the long top green onion? What are you using the product for? So that step is going to be like your college master's degree in terms of doing a cutting, is when you start really looking at what the operator is doing and finding solutions that way. So use your produce specialist to do so. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a seat. All right. Anyone from Michigan? Any Detroit Lions fans in the house? Detroit Lions fan? All right, come on up. All right. I love it. Detroit Lions. I know a guy, he likes the Lions. It's an interesting guy. Okay. Next we're going to do, like I said, is the onion category. And the onion category is very challenging. Does anyone know what one challenge of onions are year-round? Yeah, they make you cry. That's, yeah, very good. I didn't think about that. But yes, they make everyone cry. Anyone else? Let me teach you about logistics on onions. Onions move around quite a bit. So onions can get very inexpensive during times of the year and very expensive during different times of the year. Anyone feel that? Okay. I'm sure you guys all have the Nicholas deal, which is $8 year-round. So if you don't have that deal, just kidding, we don't have that deal. Okay. We are going to look at jumbo yellow onions, probably the most used onion out there. And again, operations, we talked about it. Marcia hit on the fact injuries are prevalent, and injuries are big in onions. What are some of the biggest issues with prepping onions? Cut and peelers. Anyone else? Dirt, debris, bacteria, cutting board, right? We know that stuff. How about when you open up a bag of onions and you open this bad boy up, and I do it like this because it always sits on a Metro shelf. So you got the guy, and he grabs his scissors. They're like, hey, dude, onions came in. We need like 5 pounds of onions. Yes, chef. How many onions is 5 pounds? I don't know either. So he's like, oh, the new bag came in, so I can't get the tie. I'm just going to cut this and do this. And, ew, whoa. Oh, darn it. Oh, they fell on the ground. That's terrible. Well, I'll get those later. They're in the storeroom. It's all good. I'll get those. Bill Nicholas for the thing. So now you've got onions on the ground. You've got peelings everywhere. You also have a bag of onions that sits on the shelf. And now it's time to reorder onions because it's order day. So they call up, what's your name? Gielan? Yes. Gielan. They call up Gielan and they're like, hey, I need onions. Well, yeah, chef, how many onions do you need? Hold on, let me go look. And they feel in the bag and they're like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm halfway through the bag. Send me one more bag, right? Instead of really understanding food costs and how many onions they have to work with. So that's the one piece on dry packed onions. What's the other biggest issue on dry packed onions outside of that?
They get bruised.
They get bruised? Sure. They're heavy. People don't like to haul them around. I think someone touched on it, is the tearing part also. So when I was prepping onions and I had something else to do and my shift was over, I wailed through that project because I hated it. And it wasn't my money. I don't care. Like, I work here. Like, those peelings, I don't care. They're going to go in the garbage can. If I throw onion away at it, oh well. You gave me the job there is to peel onions. So, it's not my problem. We had the restaurant here peel a 50-pound bag of onions, and we had them figure out the yield. And this is what we came up with. Let me hold that for a sec. All right, so they peeled the onions. Go ahead and hold that up so people can see you. Hold that up too. So they peeled the onions, and they came up with 50 pounds of product, and they put in this Lexan, and here's all the shrink that they came up with, okay? So they saved it for us. We weighed it out. Typically, you're going to have about 35 pounds to 40 pounds of finished product after you peel it. But not every time. Because why? Because a guy like me, I don't care. Yeah. Like, I really don't. It's not my onions. It's your onions. So then I'm going to, just do whatever it is. Some days it's 40 pounds. I'm in a good mood. Maybe I'll save the guy a little bit of money. Some days it's 30 pounds of finished product because I don't care. So what are you going to do with the peelings? That goes in the garbage can, right? Garbage can creates waste. Same thing like pineapple crowns, right? Stupidest thing ever. It just goes in a garbage can, and it spears through the can liner, and you pick up the garbage can, and the garbage falls all over the place. Same with onions. They don't belong in a kitchen. They don't belong in a garbage can. So we're going to look at 30-pound conversion. Whole peeled onions in red. Does anyone know the pack size in red whole peeled onions? 20. Good job. 20 pounds. Sorry. 20 pounds. In yellow onions, jumbo yellow onions is 30 pounds. 30-pound cartons. So again, 50-pound cartons translate into about 30 pounds when you pull out the peelings and all the other labor savings. So let's go ahead and weigh this. Chris Caston, what's the weight of a hotel pan? 2.6 pounds is the weight of a hotel pan. What does that say?
Hold on. 2.34.
2.34. Again, this scale. Make sure you have a good scale. 12.34. So we're just going to call it 10. Let's call it 9.5. So 9.5 pounds worth of weight, right? Let's pull this on. Let's do that. Go ahead, Sean, here. I'll help you out. All right. The Lexan's about 1.25 pounds. What does it say? 600 pounds? Okay. Oh, 66? Yeah, it's a good scale. Okay. So,
It's wrong.
just like in the ShamWow commercials, we did this in the back. We already baked the pie, and it's already done. So we have about 35 pounds of finished product here. So let's go bring up one of our, why don't you grab one of our 30-pound whole-peeled Marcon onions and show us that. All right. Pull that out of the box. What I love about the onions the most is it comes in this hospital bag. It's so awesome. It's like this clean blue hospital bag that it looks sterile. It looks clean. I want to lick that thing. It's just awesome, ready to roll. So go ahead and wait. Let's put that on the scale. Again, with Gill's Onions, who you met today, they cannot let a box go out unless its weight is accurate, unless it weighs 30 pounds.
30.5.
Yes, 30.5. We got 0.5 of extra. That's the bag weight. Anyway. No. So now what we're going to do is let's open it up, okay? And I want, you, before you open it all the way, yeah, go ahead and just clip the thing. How are you at cutting? You a chef?
No.
Can you use a knife? You're not going to cut yourself, right? We have a lot of fun stuff to do tonight, so don't cut yourself. Okay. Who's got a stopwatch, something? Any volunteer? All right. We're going to time you. Okay. You're going to peel an onion when you say go. Go. Has anyone got any good jokes? Thing you're doing? So again, while they're prepping onions, And the operator is like waiting for the onions to be prepped. There's just time, right? We're just kind of hanging out. And what'd you do this weekend? Keep peeling. Peel 2. Keep going. Yep. Don't cut your hand off. Okay, good. Yep. Keep going. Yeah, that's good. You are absolutely fired, by the way, when we're done with this. You are not hired. This is a Shamrock person, Chris. Yeah. All right, good. We're done. Time. 26 seconds to peel 2 onions. 26 seconds. That's a lot. It's a lot of time when you start looking. If the chef's like, I need 50 pounds of onions. No, make that 150 pounds of onions. And I need that, and I need it really quickly because we're making soup or we're making something else. So with this, go ahead. Pull an onion out of the bag. Pull another one. Done! We're done, people. We rocked it out. Yeah, it's been. So again, you got your peelings. We're going to just put a weight on that just to get an idea.
Hold on.
Here we go.
All right, you're good.
All right.
Half pound.
A half pound of waste out of 2 onions. Okay, so again, you're fired. But more importantly, you see the difference of where you're going to go. Now, again, some chefs are going to be like, whoa, I can't really afford that deal. So let's price shop it.
Can we get the screen?
Yeah, let's get the PowerPoint up on there. You guys can sit down. You did a great job. Round of applause. I got onions all over the place. We're going to do this very, very quickly. Okay.
Waste pound.
Okay, first off, we're going to do waste in the pounds. What do you guys think? How many pounds of waste? 10? Okay, put it in. 10 pounds. Who's worked in a kitchen before? In the back with the glasses on your head, how much money did you make an hour when you worked in the kitchen?
When I left?
Yeah. No, when you started. $6.85 a pound or an hour. We're going to pay you 10 now because we didn't know you worked with the dinosaur days. So, $10 an hour. Just kidding. $10 an hour. You got that in there? Okay. What else do we need?
Delivered cost.
Delivered cost. How much does a bag of whole peeled 30-pound whole peeled onions cost? How much? Let's sell it for $20. Is that fair? No, I don't make margin, so I don't get paid on commission. So $20. Let's call it $20. How much right now is a 50-pound bag of onions? Does anyone know? How much? $24 right now. Okay. Well, let's just call onions because let's just say it's not like summer and we're in the cheap seasons, and let's just call it $15 a bag. Okay? The Marcon Ready, Set, Serve cost calculator is probably one of the greatest tools I use because after you do this whole demonstration, you get to this point, and then you can start drilling down into real costs of what it's going to save them over the year because they can't see it by this. They can see it that you did it today, but what is it going to annualize out to or cost per plate? Go ahead and scroll down there, Rich.
Well, there's in-house labor.
Yeah, in-house labor, we talked about $10 an hour, right? That's fine. In-house labor is going to just go down, all the way down. So your cost per carton on the jumbo yellow onions is $17.80. Your cost per carton is $20. And then if you go all the way down to the very bottom, Rich, keep going. Keep going. Annual approximate savings per year, if you kept everything normal, is $250 a year in savings. Is that a lot? Well, it's pretty good. If I'm saving money and I don't have to peel it and my employees are happy and no one lobbed off a finger, I say, yeah, let's do it. It makes sense. Price of yellow whole peeled onions, consistent year round. And that's where you end and Mike drop the thing and be like, I'm out, people, because that's where everyone's like, oh, so you're telling me that my food cost is the same every single time I buy onions from you? Yeah, that's right.
It's costing you $250.
Wait, what?
How many hours does it take?
Oh, yeah, we didn't do... Yeah, put it in there. It took an hour.
So it saves $10 then? No, if it's 1 hour times $10 a week, an hour. So just put $10?
Yeah.
1 hour?
Now it looks better. Whew. Sweating up here. I thought for sure I lost this thing. All right, we're going to wrap up. We don't have a lot of time for questions, maybe one. Any questions? That's okay. Don't look at the screen. It's all faulty. Any questions? All you have to know is it doesn't matter Mark on First Crop versus Packer, we will win a cutting every single time. When you start getting to value add, get your skills shoes on. Start really looking at how to diversify and save your customer some time so they can do some other stuff, like cut salmon and whatnot. Any questions? Thank you. Someone pick up these onions, okay? Up here. Thanks, guys.